What's up, folks? Welcome back. I've played with my settings a little bit, and it turns out the upgrade, or rather update, for the Java seems to work a lot better. I've got my render distance cranked up to a full 32. For the curious, this is indeed Minecraft 1.8.6 vanilla using the Sphax 128 by 128 texture pack. I don't recall which version of it is. I have seen that some of the textures do seem to be missing. Some of the wood textures are the purple and black checkerboards. I'll sort that out later. I've also played with my video settings a bit. We'll see if that helps any. I did a quick review of my last video, and it was horrendous. But as of recording this, it is unreleased, though I still might release it because, quite frankly, I don't feel like going back and re-recording an entire half hour of footage. So without further ado, let's continue with the exploration of my world. Here we're looking at the first nether fortress that I discovered. It is actually relatively close to the first nether portal that I built and popped out into the nether. Here, I'll turn around and I'll show you this here. I guess you could call it a beauty shot. This is the backside of my own personal nether fortress stronghold, foothold, that I've established here in the nether. Here I'm standing on the footpath that I built to get over here and back over to my nether portal hub. Here above us to the left, that is part of the transit system that I mentioned previously. It's 2 levels, and each of the 2 levels have 2 rail tracks on them, the first being the one on the bottom. Then later, when I realized that the destinations I wanted to build to were all in the same direction, I had to build a second tier. Here, I'll get a little bit closer to the nether fortress stronghold I've built so you can see it a bit better. This here I've mentioned previously. That is the rail line that is as yet unfinished to the northern frontier. And we'll step off the path here a bit and give you a better view of this monstrosity of cobblestone. Again, for the curious, this is all 100% creative. All of this, not creative, excuse me, survival. This is all 100% survival. Built this with cobblestone largely from my quarry at Scar Canyon. Go back around the front, back up the path, and see if my frame rate holds up. In walking over here before recording, I encountered a massive lag spike before I even started recording. I think it might have had something to do with all of the lava that's in this area here. Prior to building roads, one of the things that I did may be useful to those of you just getting started either in Minecraft itself or in exploring the nether. I built these cairns, these markers here. What I would do is I would travel or walk a bit of a distance, occasionally looking over my shoulder, so to speak, and when I would just about start to get out of visual distance of the last one I built, I would build another one here. Future explorations may reveal that I still have a few of those scattered about. I thought I might have had some over here, but it would seem that I do not. Continuing on, let's go take a look at Riverton and Skytree. Get out of the way. And through the portal we go. Let's see how well the frame rate holds up in trying to build the overworld as we enter. As I mentioned in the previous video, the lag I was encountering with pressure plates and switches actually does seem to be gone now. And my frame rate seems to be holding up quite well. Before we proceed, let's take a quick look up on top of the watchtower and give you a better, higher resolution, longer distance render of my world. I'm not going to go up to the top floor, I'm going to stay here, but you probably get a good idea of what things look like around here. Wait for everything to pop in. You can see here the road that I've built east. Over there in the distance, not quite fully rendered in yet. That there is the road to Weathertop, and we will pay that a visit later in another video. Previously I said the Skytree region, which is over in that direction there, was the first jungle that I discovered, and yet you can see one here that is even closer to me. I hadn't actually traveled in that direction yet, even though it is so close. It took me going all the way that way to find my first jungle. Well, that looks like all that's going to render in at the moment, so we shall continue. Well, looks like the sun is setting, so let's take a quick nap again, and we'll continue. Wakey, wakey. Now, I do believe we will proceed by boat, even though we do have a road on which we can walk. I'm going to take us via river, which is the primary way and the original way in which I got there to Riverton. Riverton initially started out as a building outpost for one of the many canals, cuts, and tunnels that I built. Hopefully I can make this boat work properly, because it has been quite some time since I've been in this world, much less actually traveled via boat, especially considering I've got the another transit system in place. Boats being the primary means by which I originally traveled around this world. Since that time and now, boat controls have been updated, actually several times over. I do not know what is going on with this. This might be the only time we travel via boat. Alright, I do not know what's going on here. So let's just get out. And it looks like I've lag warped. It doesn't seem like I can get back in this boat. That's odd. Well, we have means by which to get back on foot, so let's just proceed. And here we have Riverton. started out as this small house here, got expanded to a second floor, and this landing here. Built the community house across the way there, and a bridge over the river. It's the Riverton Gateway Bridge. Take a quick look up there. Here I have plans to build a watchtower or outpost of some fashion and continue this road off in this direction. Where to? I don't know. I'll find out when we get there. Fork in the road here. If we follow this direction, this will take us back over the bridge to Scar Canyon and back to Underhill. And back this way brings us back into Riverton. It's small, but it serves its purpose. It was originally built to be an outpost for construction, I do believe here, and in this area I built, you'd see here, cut these walls back here to facilitate transportation via boat. Small apartment upstairs. Now let's see if I have any wood in which I can build a boat. Try using a boat again. Quite frankly, from what I remember of boats, the new control scheme is, quite frankly, terrible. Here we have a sign marker for the Riverton Gateway Bridge, and on the back side, it's the same thing. Now, if I can remember how to get there, the Skytree landing is off in this direction. And my boat is broken. How about that? No worries, I built several. And yes, it looks like I'm getting some pretty serious, I don't know what to call it, lagging, glitching, something. Well, that's odd. My boat disappeared. It's just straight up broke. But I didn't even get parts back. How odd. Ah, there we go. Boat parts. Let's just continue on foot. Looks like I might be experiencing problems due to the render distance that I've chosen. I may have to dial it back again for the next video. It is a fair distance away, and actually, with any luck, we'll be arriving in Skytree at dusk. Yes, spa to you too. Now, for the curious, I have considered installing mods into my core Minecraft. There's quite a few that I am rather interested in. The problem is that even a few years ago when I first started playing, there already was a bit of a history or habit of mods occasionally breaking and ruining games. So that, quite frankly, I found to be a bit distressing. So I've decided to, for my core world, to hold off on that. Here you see one of the many canals that I've cut through the wilderness, connecting lakes and rivers and streams together. Another one here. Basic marker indicating to me which way to go. And it would seem that with all of all of my canals and streams are actually now useless due to the change in the boat controls, because I can't really use boats that very well anymore. Here we have the Skytree canal. Built all of this in survival in an attempt to build myself a surface world transit system. And here we are, Skytree. It's a shame we're not arriving at night. It looks rather nice when you do. You can see there the main deck system and a bridge connecting two of the trees. And here multiple boat slips for more than one visitor. And Skytree landing. No ladders. We have to climb the vines instead. Here we have some basic storage. And a bedroom. Above us, a small platform for a lookout. That there in the distance, I do believe that is one of my many outposts called Turtle Rock. We will probably visit that later at some point. Again, as I mentioned before, with South Lake, I may have to explore the possibility of connecting that to the transit system, because it is as yet unconnected and must be traveled to on foot or boat. And yeah, boats, man. That's a thing. So here we go. We're not that far from home. Home is off in that direction. I've actually got the render distance turned up high enough you can actually see the watchtower from Underhill. Weathertop might actually render in, and if it does, it should be over there in that direction. We'll give it a moment or two and see if it pops. Well, it doesn't look like it will. I might have to investigate those mountains there, because it looks like they're flat, but I don't remember them being flat. Oh well. Well, that's all for today. I'm going to go ahead and review this footage and see if it's of a better or respectable quality. This is all presently all experimental. I don't know how good it's going to be or even how well it's going to be received, but down below you know what to do. Like, dislike, rate, comment, subscribe. I'm open to suggestions. This is all new to me, and quite frankly, I don't know what the heck I'm doing. I like to think I'm a halfway decent, alright builder, but yeah, like I said, I have no idea what I'm doing. But in the meantime, you have a good one, folks, and thanks.